Hey, Mike Callahan here. Wanted to make a quick video on some things that we've been working on. If you're a user of Slack, it's a great way to communicate with your team and have open communication with multiple office people and through their mobile app. So we've actually come up with a way to connect Slack with your service Autopilot system, with automations and without automations. But the thing I'm going through today is how to actually set up an automation to automatically update your Slack board based on what you're trying to achieve in your company. So the first thing we're going to do is narrow the screen out here so you can actually see it. But when you go into Slack, we can actually scroll down and bring emails into Slack. So we've got this special email address that we're going to actually go in here and copy this area here. We're going to go in the service Autopilot, and we're going to go in and actually go into Teams and vendors. We're going to create a vendor. So our Slack channel is going to become a vendor. I've already set this up here in our simple growth instance, but I'm going to show you what this actually looks like, how we can set this up. So as we go into the vendor, when we set them up, we want to go under the edit tab if we already have an existing vendor, or if we're setting up a new one. We're going to set up an email, and the email we just copied from our Slack channel now is going to be pasted into the vendor's email. And by doing this, we're going to be able to create some automations and some different functionality to actually go in and connect service Autopilot to automatically push updates. Some of the things that we're looking at are estimate ones, to-dos being created, to-dos being completed, and several other areas as well. So it looks like my internet's a little bit slow here, so I'm going to reload this so we can see on the vendor screen. What we're going to go in is create and add a new vendor. The vendor that we created was for Simple Growth Slack channel. And then on the vendor screen itself, we copied and pasted this URL here for bring emails into Slack. And then we went into the vendor screen and created a new vendor in service Autopilot. Once that was set up, and I'll go back to that in a minute, we went into automations and created an automation that connected our Slack channel to our service Autopilot account. So there's several examples how to do this. The first one here was an estimate is one. So what we did is we created a trigger that as soon as an estimate was one, it pasted it into that Slack channel email that I just copied out of Slack down here on the bottom. So we've got that into the automation. So once that's triggered, it goes out and actually sends an email notification that the estimate was one. And this is the actual email itself.